Hello everyone, Team Player Gaming here. Secrets of Magic is finally out, and I am hyped to read the rest of this book. I've already gone over some of the book just so I could give you guys an overview in this video. We got way more than just the Magus and the Summoner in this book. It's actually kind of insane how much we got, so let's just dive right into this hype train. So what exactly did we get in this book? Well, why don't we start with the big one, the Magus and the Summoner. Now, I didn't read too much into the playtest Summoner, but the Magus is a different story. They finally fixed Spell Strike. Those of you that have played a playtest Magus know exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you that don't know, playtest Magi on Spell Strike had to make 2 attack rolls, one for the spell and one for the weapon. Everybody, myself included, hated the way that worked. So I'm really glad that they decided to fix it. Now it's very similar to how the Magus in Pathfinder 1e works, which is 1 attack roll and the attack and the spell. The way they balanced it I actually really like. How it works now is every time you use your spell strike, you have to spend an action with the concentrate trait in order to recharge it. You can also recharge it by casting one of your focus spells. Also, of the ones I've read, I like a lot of the Magus subclasses, which are called hybrid studies. For the Summoner, I really like how they made the Eidolons the subclasses, and depending on what Eidolon you pick, that determines your spell list. I am really looking forward to playing an occult Summoner. This is a book all about magic, so of course we got brand new spells as well. Way more new spells than I expected. I'm putting some examples on screen, but I'm going to go over all these spells in more detail in my spell series. I will restart that series after this video. I honestly can't wait to start that series again because a lot of the new spells are really good. Of course, others aren't as good, but I will be covering all the new spells in future videos. Of course, with new classes comes new archetypes. But we didn't just get the Magus archetype and the Summoner archetype. No, we also got a bunch of class archetypes. These include classes like Geomancer, Shadowcaster, and yes, even Rune Lords. These class archetypes change certain class features and feats available to spellcasting classes, but they will still overall fit into the theme of your spellcasting class. For example, Elementalists have their own special spell list based on, well, the elements. With this archetype, you might also be able to pick different focus spells depending on your class. All of these could be very interesting and just give more options to spellcasters, which is fantastic. I will definitely have to look into all of these. Lastly, I want to talk about the new magic items in this book. I've never really been a huge fan of spellcasters that use spellbooks until now, and grimoires are what changed my mind. Grimoires are just spellbooks with added effects. Granted, you can't pick them up at level 1, but once you have one, its effects seem pretty cool, especially for certain types of spellcasters, depending on the grimoire. My favorite that I've read so far is the Bestiary of Metamorphosis. Its ability allows you to transform into a different form allowed by your polymorph spell while still under that polymorph spell. This does reduce the duration of the spell by half, however, it is something that we've never been able to do in Pathfinder 2. I find that pretty amazing. And then we have the magical tattoos. That's right, magical tattoos aren't just for humans anymore. Now you can create them with the crafting skill. You just need the right feat or feats to do it. But the one I'm really excited about is the new spell hearts. They are sort of like talismans and staffs put together, except you don't need to be a spellcaster to cast the spells from them. Imagine a fighter being able to cast 4th level heal once a day. That is now possible with the Major Grim Sandals item. But I think the Magus can get the most out of these items. They're clearly meant for them. Anyway, I'm going to record videos on everything I covered in this video and more at a later date, so keep that in mind. And that's going to wrap up this video. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Pathfinder 2nd Edition teamwork content. You can also check out my Facebook and my Twitter. But if you really want to support me, you can pledge to me on Patreon. Links are in the description. So until next time, remember, teamwork is vital.